I think the ESRB is good with good intentions. I just wish that kids just couldn't get their, like 13-year-olds, 12-year-olds couldn't get their hands on mature games so easily.
I like the ESRB a lot. I think they're there to help defend when video games start getting a lot of flack.
The way the ESRB operates is definitely appropriate, but the way that the gaming system revolves around the ESRB, where they're trying to make their games so they can get lower ESRB ratings so they can be sold better, is not helping.
I wouldn't know. I'm not familiar with this review.
I'm not sure if it's a good one, but I know do you think that a rating system is necessary?
I think it's a good rating system because they put down whatever thing that, like anything that might be questionable content.
I think they do their job because, you didn't want like a 6-year-old playing Mortal Kombat ripping people's heads off, so.
The ESRB is the only thing stopping the government from stepping in. It's a non-government, self-regulating gaming organization, and I feel like if we didn't have that and the government had stepped in, it could be a lot worse.
Hey there, paisanos, and welcome to the Super Awesome Sauce Super Show. I'm your host, Nathan Earl, and with me, as always, is the intelligent and talented
Robert Stobie. I'm intelligent today.
Yeah, better than beautiful. And today we're going to be talking all about the ESRB board. So before we get into the battle of whether or not censorship in video games is a good thing, let's cover what the ESRB board is. More on this, Rob.
Okay, so basically the ESRB is a bunch of volunteer people that are selected to play a game before it comes out, and then after they're done playing it, they rate it. This way it it keeps the government out of the rating of video games, unlike the MPAA, et cetera.
Right.
And it's set up that, that way a game is regulated before it goes out. That way we don't have kids who are like 5 playing like Gears of War, Dante's Inferno, games that are rated mature. So
Dante's Inferno, we mentioned in the Japan review, and yeah, that actually almost got one of the highest ratings, actually the highest rating, adults only, which you don't actually see very much of in America. Adults only games is kind of takes it out of most of the stores, in fact, and Dante's Inferno has a lot of graphic scenes in it. There's rape scenes, there's over-sexualization, but not many games have that, and also heavy violence. Like, for example, we were talking about Gears of War. Gears of War is also a mature game, which has lots of blood and guts and gore, but it doesn't have much over-sexualization, to my knowledge.
No, it definitely doesn't.
Yeah.
No, in Gears, it's blood and gore, intense violence, and strong language. But like, there's a psychological aspect, if you will, that is brought about where this one guy's wife is captured by the enemy, and he's absolutely destroyed, like emotionally, when he finally finds her.
But let's get back to the SRB. To start with, what's the rating? It's E for everyone, and then E10 and up, and then I think we jump right to teen, correct?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
And then there's mature, and then adults only,
which is AO.
I have never seen an adults only game.
Well, apparently, brought up to us by our guest from our Japan episode, you basically only see AO games in Japan. Because it's as you mentioned earlier, AO is like the kiss of death in America.
Yeah, we want games to be sort of a wholesome thing for the whole family, rather than for I guess mid-20-year-olds and 30-year-olds in their basement playing.
Yeah.
So that's how the ESRB works. They rate them. You can only buy them if you're a certain age and provide ID and such like at the game store. Now, how effective do you think the rating system is? I know from the interviews we've learned that they're semi-effective is the general consensus, that they're effective up until they're in the hands of the consumer. What's your opinion?
My opinion is basically that the ESRB is overall a good thing. Basically that the ESRB is, good. It's good that they're rating games. We're giving kids, obviously some type of structure so that they don't have to see these things until,
Right.
They're obviously mature enough for that particular scene.
But the crux of the situation is censorship, and it's my opinion, and that might just be way out there, that censorship sort of breeds this maturity level that comes with age rather than knowledge. And I feel that if we truly want people to be free to make their own decisions, they have to have as much knowledge as is available, rather than sheltering our children away from horrible nipple babies. I'm not saying that we have to strap them down and expose them to this. I'm just saying that they should
Have
be
the
able to.
availability.
Yeah.
I feel strongly about that as well.
Right.
Just make the knowledge, available. But
you will see horrible
within.
things if you play this game, and then
So give them sort of a knowledge of what to be aware of.
right.
Basically, I agree with that. But on the same aspect as I said, there's certain things you want to shield other people from.
People should have availability of knowledge, and there should be warning signs for that, and perhaps the ESRB is that exact warning sign that's needed for games. That's my final thought. Any final thoughts for you, Robert?
But basically my final thoughts are that, we can push things, we can rate them and stuff, but if parents want to expose their children to it, they will, And I don't think we can really stop it as long as they're, willing to do that. That's fine. It's all on their own terms, I think. And if kids are really curious about it, they'll find a way.
All right. Well, that's all for us at the Super Awesomesauce show. Tune in next week when we'll talk about dating sims. Thank you and good night.